What up, Ken Mosca in the house? 2:55 in the AM here in California. Just getting used to the time change. Did we lose an hour last night or gain an hour? I can't figure this shit out. It is early, Earl. That's a fact, Jack. Yo, 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 yo. I'm just here with me and Lois. My darling little Lois, who is currently passed out, sleeping like a baby. Okay, so before last night it would be 3:56. I don't know why they do this. I really don't. Why do they have daylight savings in the first place? I don't understand it. I don't know what it does. But here we are. All right, we're going to get the red background here. Get the filter just right. All right. Let's get it off that image. And we'll just have a nice, fun stream. Bam! There we go with the red stream. Okay. And, all right, there you go. You learn something new every day in the Earlverse. And no, this isn't Miller Lite. It's just good old liquid death. All right. Well, it doesn't really affect my life at all. Has anyone seen Flat Cat Jessica? She disappeared. Now, someone told me Melton ran her off the internet, but I don't know what that means. I can't keep up with the drama on the internet. She does not come to LA much, but I love Bonnie McFarlane. She was the executive producer on the Shane Doan roast that I did a couple years back. And I really enjoy her. She just keeps it real. There's no phoniness with her. There's no bullshit. And when we did Roast Battle in New York the very first time, it's the first time we really traveled for the show. She was battling Mike Lawrence. Like I said, Mike's like an autistic roast battler. Like he takes it very seriously and all that. And I think Jeff Big Shock kind of lied to Bonnie and misled her on something, and she just called him out in front of everybody. So she keeps it real. So I like that. What up, D. Bapto? She's in a private chat. Oh, what do you mean by that, Dr. Ken? I will call you Dr. Ken. I mean, from what I've heard, Joe definitely would not have had them on if, they said that about him. I mean, I know there was recently some controversy with Steph Tolev, who said something negative about either Joe or the mothership, and she was either kicked out of the club or the green room or something. I don't really follow that shit. So Chad has a private chat with Flat Cat Jessica. Oh, no. I mean, I was on MLC with Chad, as you know, Ken, but I'll only do MLC with Jim Florentine. So, what up, Larry Bird? Just doing a quickie Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Um, well, I mean, I'm of the opinion that many people can't like you and you're not funny. You know, um, it's like I don't think you can fool that many people. Like I personally don't like the show Kill Tony, but it's playing Madison Square Garden, so maybe I'm wrong. You know. Um, well, the important thing about Joe is he's funny to his fan base, so that's all that really matters. Um, you know, so I mean, he has built an empire, and yeah, that's true too. I mean, I never tell people who they should think is funny. The only person I've ever really said isn't funny at all, objectively, is Brendan Schaub. It's just there's no area where I can go. He's a good writer. He's not. Uh, he's a good stage performer. He's not. It's nothing personal, but he didn't put in the work. What he did was the exact same thing would be true if I walked into the UFC offices and said I'd like to fight tonight. Well, have you ever done MMA? Not really. So, um, I mean, I wish you ran Hollywood, Buddhist Priest. What about Amy Schumer? I mean, I didn't find her funny, but I think when she first came on, she was funny, and then when she started making money, it's like you can't tell me you're the common girl anymore. You just made $2 million for a film or whatever. So, I mean, I think Joe's funny when like he has a guest on where it's just like two dudes talking. Like me and him could be, I think, really funny together if we just started talking old school Comedy Store and wrestling and all that kind of shit. Um, yeah, 100% there, Brutus Priest. You ain't lying there. I mean, listen, I don't really know Brendan. I actually brought him on stage once on one of Joe's shows at the Improv. I mean, he's a nice guy, but like he was in the weeds when he was on a lineup with other people. Like that particular lineup, it was me, Hinchcliffe, Rogan, Brian Holtzman. I think Don Barris was on it as well. So he was just like, you know, um, lost in the sauce, but he'll sink or swim on his own. I mean, who, what, when, how. I like that screen name. I think Joe's a provocateur. I think sometimes he'll say something that even he knows may or may not be true, but he knows it's going to get a reaction, and that's half of not even comedy, but podcasting and news. You want people talking the next day, and he gets them to do that. Uh, how do I get good at? Yeah, I got to agree. Rogan stand up is boring, but he gets great guests and interviews. I mean, he is a great interviewer. I've actually never really watched his stand up. I mean, I've walked by in the hallway when he's on in the OR, and to be honest with you, he's killing. Um, so, I've seen him kill. Like, he takes the stage in the main room. His fans are in there. It's a good time. Uh, how do I get? You got to work at it. You got to do it a lot. I mean, just to give you an example, my first 3 to 4 years in comedy, I was going up 3 nights, no, 3 times a night. So in a week, I would get up anywhere from 21 to 25 times a night, or 21 to 21 5 times a week. And even on an off night where I would go say see Kiss in Irvine. Irvine's in Orange County. It's actually past Orange County, so for me it's about an hour away. So I'd go down there, I'd go see Kiss. I knew their last song would be Rock and Roll All Night, so I'd literally stand by the exit, watch the song, and run to the car. Because in the old Irvine Meadows, you had to park in the lot, but then walk about a quarter, three, I don't know, a quarter to a half a mile down this roadway to the stadium, and then you had to walk up the hill. And so I ran to my car so I'd make sure I'd be first out of the lot, and then you know, drive an hour, hour and a half to Van Nuys to do an open mic. I don't see Shab doing that. Yeah, Joe's doing okay. That's for a fact, Jack. How do you feel about all the comics getting massive followings due to their crowd work? Do you wish you could give up your history and restart as a 20-something-year-old now? I mean, I don't wish I could give up my chemistry. I probably wish I started a little earlier, maybe at 25 instead of 30. But, you know, I mean, I just love doing stand up. Like, I had a fucking blast last night on stage, and I had to follow Steph Tolev and Nick Thune, both killers. And I did it with no problem at all because I put in the time, I put in the work, and I did about 40 minutes, which is tough to do after two comics before you killed. So I don't wish I could give up my history. Um, I mean, I guess in some ways doing these streams, I'm hoping to go viral. Maybe I say something stupid and it gets picked up, and then all of a sudden, instead of 16 people in there, there's 1,600 people in there. So I can't hate on the people who got followings online because I'm doing the same thing. When I release shorts, you know, I'm hoping for one to go viral myself. So I don't hate the game. I really don't. Yeah, but no, I don't. I really don't wish I gave up my history because I don't know what 25-year-old comics can talk about. They've experienced little to no life. So, and if you look at, most of the comics who blow up with a viral video, they're not ready for it. They got maybe 10, 15 minutes of material, and so they'll flame out fast. I mean, now obviously I'm 57. The window of opportunity is closing, but I like my history of comedy. I like walking into a room and I know I'm one of, excuse me, the most respected comics in the room. Um, what percent of comics live healthy lifestyles? I'd say 30%. Um, Jamie Tut, damn, that's a fucking name. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say he's awful and not funny. I'm not trying to tell you what you should find funny, but you don't fool that many people. Um, I wasn't a fan of Seinfeld or Robin Williams. Jim Carrey, I liked. I love Dangerfield. I mean, I grew up watching more TV shows than comics per se. But in terms of your question, I mean, Foster Brooks, Don Rickles, Dice, Stephen Wright, Robert Schimmel, Mitch Hedberg. Um, so I am, he's not. I don't know what you mean by that. Yes, JJ, thank you very much. Ever seen the film My Name is Nobody? I have not. I have not. My buddy used to open for Mitch Fattel. He probably still tours or whatever. He just, sadly, a guy like him kind of had his shot, and just the business moved on to younger people. I mean, that's how brutal it is. Yes, Daddy Man is live. Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, let me read that back again. I am. Well, I don't tell people who they think is funny. Like there's people who probably think I suck. Are they wrong? Are they right? Do you think comics like Ron White got a huge boost during the woke era when whites wanted someone that looked acted like them, even if they weren't particularly funny? I mean, I don't know about that. Whoa, whoa. We got 503 people in here all of a sudden. What the fuck? I don't know how that happened. Is this the Yonder Wizard bump? Are we getting the infamous Yonder Wizard bump? Oh shit, it's a Yonder raid. Boy! Oh shit, we got 1,209 people in here. Like, I mean, we are approaching some record-breaking numbers right now. See, and I almost didn't stream. Let's go say so thing funny. Blue Nose Putty, I'm going to need that in English, baby doll. What up, Jason? The party time, baby. I mean, 1,285 people in here. Welcome aboard. This is definitely not the Brennan bump. I can assure you that. Wow, this is, I'm assuming it's Yonder Wizard. So, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Earl, baby. Earl Skakel in the house. Yonder Wizard is this amazing Austin musician / comic. And when he ends his stream, he has not all, but like a lot of his fans come over to my stream. So to the Yonder freaks in the house, please hit the like and subscribe button and follow Yonder Wizard as well, please. So thank you very much. And with so many people in here, I almost want to snipe a clip of my comedy in here just to show you guys what I'm about. But, I don't know if I want to do that just now. And yes, Yonder Wizard's awesome. All right, Jamie, are you a New York comic? I'm assuming you are. Steve Hall, yo, in the house. And that's the awesome thing about Yonder Wizard. I'm based out of Los Angeles, California. I'll give you guys my resume since, we have a lot of new people in the stream tonight. Snipe that shit. I'm a Comedy Store paid regular. I was on season 1 and 2 of Comedy Central's Roast Battle. Thank you, Jason. I was on I'm Dying Up Here on Showtime. Real Rob on Netflix. I'm probably most known for being the lead actor in The Jellies by Tyler, the Creator. And I can show you what I look like. That's the cartoon I was on right there. There I am in the mustache. That's my son, my daughter, and my wife. Now the funny thing is, Yonder Wizard is the man. Earl, I'm going to lunch with Holtzman tomorrow. Give him a message, and I'm going to take a video of it to show him tomorrow. Yoshi will be there too. Yonder, I'm going to send you a message on Instagram, a video message. And thank you again. And everyone, please follow Yonder Wizard. Hold on, I got to get my fucking shit right again. I'm a one-man army, guys. So sorry for you Yonder Wizard fans that, are used to technological intricacies. You don't get that in here. I will, Yonder, and thank you again for the Yonder raid. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I don't get 1,400 people in here too many times. So, and Yonder Wizard's killing it on YouTube. So please, all my fans, which are probably about 30, please go follow Yonder Wizard. Check him out. Check out his videos. A lot of people ask me, Earl, please tell Holtzman he isn't funny for me. He also Me Too'd stand up on Kill Tony, groped her like crazy. I mean, Holtzman's funny, I can certainly understand that people might not like that shtick he does, but, Holtzman's very funny. He's one of the few comics that I will actually watch. Now, in terms of, I don't even know what that means, Nick Rose, but I'll show it anyway. Who's buying Earl views? No, no fake views in here, baby. Um, I've done a lot of podcasts. I'm a great guest because I have a lot of stories. So, I have a background that isn't the typical comedy background. So, yeah, but Holtzman, I think, is really funny. Like, I can certainly understand why some people might not get it. He's almost doing a Andy Kaufman shtick. Like, is he serious? And he's funny. Like, I mean, the guy, um, and it's a style that really nobody does. I mean, you can't say Holtzman reminds me of, I mean, even me, well, Earl kind of reminds me of Robert Schimmel, or Earl reminds me of Stephen Wright, Mitch Hedberg in terms of the delivery. You can't watch Brian Holtzman and go, well, he reminds me of, I mean, maybe a little Kinnison in terms of the performance, but yeah, we don't talk about Clearwater Chad in here. For once, we don't have to talk about the Dabbleverse to get the numbers because we already got the numbers, baby doll. So, JJ, you are correct there. I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. Um, so, it's just I'm a comedy soldier, and I want people to, enjoy my shtick. Um, and YouTube. I see a light at the end of the tunnel on YouTube for once. Like I can finally go, holy shit, there is hope. Um, yeah, I don't like Hannah Gatsby, but I'm very good friends with the legendary Tom Ballard, who I roast battled on season 1, and my good friend Wayne Deacon, who is a great comic. I don't know much about the Australian scene. I know my friend, what's his name? I'm drawing a blank right now because I'm so excited. I have 1,300 people in here. Milan, he runs the Australian comedy scene. He's like, come down anytime. It's just a matter of trying to financially make it work. I'm not flying 16 hours both ways, 32 hours of travel to, you know, I got to have some good gigs. So, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, Tom Ballard and I are great friends. We don't see each other a lot, but whenever he's in LA, we have lunch and or dinner. And that was a very tough battle for me. I was very scared of that battle because Tom in the I have met Norm Macdonald. Tom in the we did an untelevised season of Roast Battle, and he killed Hinchcliffe in the untelevised season. So when I saw that I was facing him in Montreal, I'm like, fuck, I could go home the first night. But I had a good game plan. But I love Tom very much. So Norm's awesome. He was awesome. Good morning, Jeffrey. Good morning, everyone. I mean, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you very much to Yonder Wizard. Go follow him right now. That's how the world should work. Yonder helps me out. I mean, I don't help him out as much as he helps me, but, you know, the number one question I get from fans, DMs and whatever, is people ask me, how can we help a streamer if we don't necessarily want to give them money? It's not that you don't want to give them money, but you can't afford it or whatever. And it's as simple as hitting the like and subscribe button. It's as simple as just watching the videos, commenting on them or whatever. That's free. Um, you coming in with that super horny energy. I don't know what that means. Norm was awesome. He came in. Probably my favorite Norm Macdonald story that I have is, well, I have two. One time I met him on the steps of Rite Aid, which was a pharmacy in LA that I think they just went out of business. But this is right after he got fired from SNL, and I'd seen Dirty Work like a few nights before. So I walked up to him and I said, "Hey man, do you have any giant ass wart cream?" And he's like, "You can go inside, buddy," because they asked for giant ass wart cream and Dirty Work. And he was awesome. And he came into the Comedy Store one night about close to 2 in the morning. There was literally no one in the room. He said, "Can I go up?" Of course, we were all like, "Yeah." And then within 30 minutes, the room was packed at like 2:30, and he's fucking killing. So, yeah, Norm's absolutely one of the goats. And his sidekick on the Norm Show, Adam Egget, is the one that passed me at the Comedy Store. So, um, pretty, you know, nice memories of Norm, that's for sure. My takes on younger guys. I mean, Gillis is great. He's very likable. I mean, Dylan certainly has. He got the Rogan bump, and he's never looked back. Nothing wrong with the Rogan bump. I'm personally trying to get it myself, but what can I do? I didn't get it yet. All right, we got our first Dabbleverse question of the night. I think Karmic X should compete his transformation by adopting your leather pants, topless oil rub down to go with his mask. I got yelled at. And for those of you not knowing, my first battle in Montreal was against Tom Ballard, and I came out leather pants, no shirt, and the wave oiled me up. So after the battle, I was pretty, like, I was drenched in oil, and the mic was pretty covered with oil. So I get back there, and it's my first time performing at JFL in terms of being a performer. I'm high as a kite. I've never done drugs in my life, but I now know what the feeling is like. I was so fucking excited and pumped. And the producer, Joel Gallen, was a complete dick to me. He's like, other people have to use this fucking mic. And I was just like, I went from so high to be like, fuck off, man. I respect you haven't gone the grifter route. The number of channels I flicked through over the course of a month or two that constantly switch gifts to one that works to try and get a community. I mean, listen, I love money. Don't get me wrong. Money's money, honey. But it's not the reason I do the stream. That's for sure. I don't watch Kill Tony, Frank. I mean, I was on Kill Tony 6 times. I'm not going to watch the show, but I'll take you at your word. He did it. I mean, I don't have anything to add to it because I didn't see it. Adam Egget is a good egg. Yes, he is. You ever see Artie Lang movie Beer League? I never saw it. I never saw Beer League. I'm not a huge Artie Lang fan, to be honest with you. Like, nothing against them. Interesting. Most interesting Buddhist priest. Yeah, I mean, I probably do. Lois is sleeping right now. Thank you very much for asking. Earl, do you remember former wrestler? Yeah, the Polish Power, Ivan Putski. I'm probably done walking Lois for the night. So, yeah, I mean, I appreciate the comment on I don't grift. I mean, to be honest with you, I'd rather have the likes and subscriptions, Yeah, I'd love to have, I see Kevin Brennan, man, he must make $1,000 plus a stream. Would I like to have that one day? Yeah, sure. I mean, fuck, money's money, but it's not why I do the stream. I make my money in voiceovers and comedy, and not that you guys care or whatever, but I made about last night alone $500 at the Comedy Store. I'm good with that. See, I didn't like him on the Stern Show, to be honest with you. I like Jackie more, but I think that the OG Stern era with Jackie I just liked it better. It's personal preference. Um, you know, and, uh, I did a roast battle now against Artie, but where I was the heckler and he was the judge, and it was kind of sad. Like he was nodding off, and literally the only time he woke up, he's so tuned into drug use. I said, "Hey Artie, I'll get you a bump." He literally was like, like he woke up. Just it was kind of sad. I saw people giving him drugs on the sidewalk of the comedy store. So But can I ask how old you are, Jamie? You know, because I think a lot of it is age based. Like I think older people like Jackie better, and younger people like Artie. Um, 50. Okay, so I mean, I'm 57. Um, I just like Jackie better. To me, sometimes, at least how I watched the show and listened to it, Artie too many times interrupted and try to make it about him. And he's a great. I read his book. I cried, because he was close to his dad, like I was with my mom. So his book meant a lot to me. But I don't know. It's just you like what you like. Some people like country music. Some people like death metal. Which one is wrong? Hey, hit the like and subscribe button. Yonder Wizard fans. We'll go about another half hour. And yeah, Billy West was great. Well, I just think that first. I always like the first um, edition of any TV show or band. Like Kiss. I love '80s Kiss with Vinnie Vincent, Mark St. John, Eric Carr, Eric Singer, Bruce Kulick. But the best era of Kiss was the OG4. They just had a hunger and a desire, and ultimately they just made too much money and they just blew it up. Rat, when they were young and hungry, that's when they were at their best. And then, like Kiss, once they started making a little bit of money, it kind of blew up. Um, Metallica was great until they went corporate, basically. Guns N' Roses, the same thing. I mean, the great thing about Appetite for Destruction was you could literally feel the fucking hunger, from that album, the desperation. So Oh, I mean, me and my friends would not go out on Saturday night until we watched Stern on WOR. I mean, it was just fucking awesome. So, but everyone's different. Hey, hit the like and subscribe button, will you? How the hell do we have 1,325 people and only 29 likes? Come on, man. Play it cool, brother. Um, wasn't he dating that streamer girl? Who? Yeah, I mean Roth over. I mean, I would say Van Halen was, um, when they were hungry. That those first couple albums were awesome, and I love the Hagar era. Um, but I think with Hagar in, I'm going to assume the Van Halen brothers outvoted. I don't think he probably got a full vote, so the Van Halen brothers could pretty much get what they want. Um, the Cars, when the Cars were first, that debut record of the Cars is maybe it's a top 10 debut record. I mean, there's not a bad song on it. And then, same thing with Kiss, Metallica, Rat. Once they got a little bigger and the money started rolling in, the egos started coming in, and, it's just how it is. Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried was great. The Cars really should be, I mean, they were a big band, but they should be more talked about. I mean, they were innovators. They were like glam punk, if you will, and such an interesting look group of guys. I do kind of like that Van Halen album with Sharon, but it just like, he was thrown to the wolves on that one. So, um, Well, I'm a big music fan. You know, music gets me through my depression issues or whatever, breakups. You know, I mean, there's a great song by Martin. You want a good breakup song, and I've talked about it in here before. Martin Briley's "Salt in My Tears." It's the fucking best breakup song. If you can't get over a girl, this song may not get you over the girl, but it was like, wow, he was singing about the girl I hate. Now listen to these words. Let me take a sip of water before I sing this. I'm just going to sing a little part of it. Whoa, whoa. Feeling neglected, used, and rejected. You need a shoulder to lean upon. Maybe you picked 'em, found your next victim. Don't worry, someone will come along. I saw you laugh as the knife was shifted. It still hurts. I mean, that's just fucking dead on the nuts. Well, musicians want to be comics. I mean, every time Alice Cooper's in town, my friend Ryan Roxy, who plays guitar in Alice Cooper, comes to see me at the store because he wants to do stand up. And I would love to be a guitar player in Alice Cooper, but, I think John Mayer wanted to do stand up. Now, here's one of the greatest guitar players of this generation, and he was obsessed with stand up comedy. And he actually bumped me once, which is kind of against the grain at the comedy store, but I didn't really mind. I was kind of curious to see how he would do. And, he wasn't very good, to be honest with you. And he came up to me after the show because he realized that, like, I was an elder of comedy. And I think he wanted my genuine opinion. And I was like, he's like, hey, Earl, what'd you think of my act? I'm like, well, John, let me put it this way. What'd you think of me if I interrupted one of your concerts playing shitty guitar? And he kind of looked at me. He's like, I get it. So, I mean, he is a great guitar player. Not the best comic. I bet you can blow the trumpet, Blue Nose. Um, I mean, me and I think Jordan was worried that me and Tom and Perry wouldn't get along. I never had a problem with Tom. I mean, I never had a problem with Perry. It was fine. I just think that that whole world of it's almost Dabbleverse like the Ding Dong Show world. It's very Dabbleverse like. So I just think that you put people in the room together and they're cool. What up, SC? Yeah, a lot of viewers thanks to Yonder Wizard. Um, I owe the man a lot. So yeah, John Mayer does okay with the puss, that's for sure. But the big three is very Dabbleverse like, with the feuds and whatnot. So, uh, yes, I believe Yonder Wizard is in the stream. But Yonder doesn't have to do that, but he does because he likes me. We get along, and I'm getting the Yonder Wizard bump not because I'm the funniest comic Yonder knows, but he remembers me being nice to him. Like that's all it takes in this business. See, that's how the business should work. You know, there's enough money and pussy and likes and subscriptions and views and Patreon people that everyone can get what they want. Doesn't have to be so backstabby, but this is going off in here. So many people. I like this so much. Well, this is obviously what I would like every stream. Um, you know, yeah, we got along. I didn't know Tom really, to be honest with you, to like or dislike him. Perry, I haven't really talked to in a very long time. So, I think I was on a stream or two saying that, to me, I wish the Perry stuff would evolve. But, I'm not the typical person that watches Perry stream. So who cares what I think, you know? Yeah, I've been to Austin twice. I think I met Yonder the first time when I did the Vulcan Gas Company. We just struck up a friendship. He's a really nice guy, really funny, very talented guitar player. and we've kept in touch over the years. And you know, um, I would return under the right circumstances. SC. Um, I was just singing your praises, yonder, telling people how I met you and how we've kept a friendship ever since. And just really saying that this is how it is, comics helping each other. I mean, me and Yonder, uh, we don't even really know each other that well, but, we're both nice people and all that shit. So I mean, obviously, I'm benefiting more from his help than he is mine in terms of, pure numbers, but, you know, neither one of us care. It's like, and that's how it should be, comics helping each other out, not roasting each other or whatever. So I think nice still works to a degree. I mean, I definitely in my early years of comedy, and I've probably had two eras of my comedy career. The first 15 years when I had really nothing but being in bench warmers, wasn't passed at the Comedy Store, and then the last 11 years where I've been passed at the Comedy Store and on TV a fair amount. So in the second era of my life, being nice has probably hurt me, because I got stepped on a lot. I got fucked over on several shows. And, you guys know that story, so we don't have to get into that. But, I just sat there and took it. So hopefully I'm entering into the third era of my comedy life, where I stuck up for myself a little bit more and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, but see, that's the difference between me and Yonder. Nice guys do finish last, and I'm not okay with that. But everyone has their. I'm not saying I'm right, I'm not, or wrong or whatever. It's just everyone has the way they like to be treated and how they react to how they're treated. And I'm not saying I'm right. It's just I'm right for me, I guess. Earl, would you recommend going to Austin to check out the shows? Yeah, I mean, I would absolutely. I mean, the Mothership's a great club. I mean, as a audience member, it's a great. Um, I think it's a great time for an audience member because you see great comics and you see all kinds of comics. You'll see someone like Yonder Wizard, and then you'll see someone completely filthy and disgusting, and our mutual friend Yoshi. So, and everything in between. You'll see a Brian Simpson, you'll see a Hinchcliffe, you'll see a Matt Edgar, a Ryan O'Neal, a Brian Holtzman, me if I'm there. So it's really, it's kind of like the Comedy Store. You get a wide variety of people, women, males. Um, yeah, I mean, I think Red Band's Club, the Sunset Strip, ATX is it's a little looser of a hang. There's not as much pressure to be on your toes there because uh, the green room there is a little more loose. Whereas at the mothership, one you got to be someone just to get into that green room, and because you have to bypass Joe's bodyguard or whatever this guy is, the green room security. And then once you get in there, depending on who's in there, it's a pecking order of who talks and all that shit. Whereas at the Sunset, it's just kind of like everyone's cool. I got to see all my friends from LA I hadn't seen in a long time. Yoshi was there. My friend Carlos Herrera was there. Um, yeah, I mean, I've seen Rogan play there. Holtzman plays there a lot. Hinchcliffe, I think, plays there a fair amount. Um, so, um, yeah, I mean, you see Hans Kim, you see the Kill Tony crew come over there. I mean, it's a fucking, um, it's just a little more relaxed atmosphere. you don't necessarily have to be on at Sunset. Um, I mean, you have to. It's a great venue. Like when I first walked in there, I'm like, I don't know about this, and then I went in the green room, and then I walked out, and it was standing room only. So, um, and then I think there. What is it yonder? The Black Rabbit Box or something? That's another popular club in Austin. Um, so yeah, Yonder's like the Earl of Austin. Like everyone likes him. He plays all the places. So I think that's why we get along. Like if Yonder came out here, I'd show him around. I know if I came back to Austin, we'd pal around. So that's how it should be. He gets nothing by helping me. But it's just that's who Yonder is, and I get nothing. You know how many people I help in LA comedy? I don't get anything paid back to me, but that's not why I do it. So, yeah, I mean, I'd like to play the Black Rabbit when I go there eventually again, but um, we'll see what happens. So, I mean, I do miss seeing all my friends in Austin. I'm friends with most of the mothership staff. Um, who's the bartender? Carrie Mitchell. She's the head bartender, and my friend Jasmine, and manager Jody, and the booker Adam, and I'm sure I'm missing someone. I mean, it's a fun hang, and yeah, Hassan's great. I mean, yeah, I mean, I hope to, I gotta I gotta line up all my ducks. The last time, Holtzman invited me on a Monday, and I just said fuck it, and on Wednesday night I bought my plane ticket. Yeah, Carrie's awesome. Jasmine's a great girl, and trying to, and Mitzi's is a cool hang, but even Mitzi's is a little like, you got to kind of be someone to be in there, and or you got to not necessarily be someone, but you got to be in with the in crowd there, where Red Band's Club is just like people smoking weed in the green room, cigarettes, which I don't like, but it's just fun. Yeah, hit the like and subscribe button. I mean, we got 1,238 fucking people in here. One of the all-time highs. I mean, I think the all-time high, and once again, it was due to the great Mr. Wizard, was about 1,600 people. So, and I know, thank you to you guys who are in the stream. I mean, I know you guys just watched Yonder for a few hours, so probably the last thing you want to do is come into this stream and watch. I don't do like multiple hour streams. I do um, hour streams. I just like doing hour streams. That way you guys want to come back for more. So, but I'm sure some of you are like, okay, stop talking about your life inside baseball into LA comedy. Are you funny? Earl Skakel, are you funny? So let's pull up a comedy clip. And let's see what we can pull up for you guys. I like to go to concerts. No, I don't like this one. Singer from Rat, they had like a couple hits back in the day. Your set's not going well when you can hear a guy in the back row going, oh man. Hold on. But your set's not going well when you can hear a guy in the back row going, oh man. But you know what? I fucking agree with you. I can't see where you are. I'm laughing at it, brother. Oh, you got it, brother. What are you, fucking Hulk Hogan? Look, yeah, I watched that sex tape. Woo! Jesus Christ. Hulk Hogan's sex tape is just like his in-ring wrestling. It's 2 moves and a shitty finish. And when he comes, call the girl brother. Your set's not going well. All right, let's see if we got some. Now, you'd think Quiznos would be able to make a move.
Like if I'm in the Quiznos marketing meeting in the back of the room.
I don't know about that.
Earl, do you have a question? No, it's more of feedback. I don't know if you guys have read the news this weekend, but Jared from Subway's a maybe we should come up with something. Maybe we should get that guy Jerry Sandusky. Hey, welcome to Quiznos. He fucks kids too. What do you like? And we toast ours. The sandwiches, not the kids. You want it dirty, this is what you get. It's 1:15. Most comics would have left 20 minutes ago. Sorry, I turned into Hulk Hogan there. My bad.
All right, let's see.
You know your set's not going well when you can hear.
Whoa. Trying to get you guys some good content.
Oh, meet your parents. What? Your real parents. We were just getting to know your birth parents, PD and Pam Gore. It's great you guys get to meet finally. Barry, what the hell is that? It's a vest over my turtleneck. Barry, you double dipping? Double dipping ass nigga.
Whoa.
Look, I can hear both sides, Samuel. Can't I be pro vest and pro turtleneck? Hi, honey. Just in time for a blueberry avocado smoothie. You can't take off all your clothes in front of people you don't know.
But I do know them.
That's not the point. You're not going back there ever again. Stop it. That cool guy in the yearbook, that's me. This sick Letterman jacket, it's mine. I mean, look, I'm wearing the jacket now. Don't you think this is getting out of hand?
Is that a belly button ring?
All the guys were meet your parents.
You got it.
I like to go to concerts. I want to see a singer from around. So I was kind of excited to hear the show that I was at.
I don't like that. There we go.
I'm sensing a trouble spot in the room. Is this something I said? Great room to do crowd work at. Well, I apologize if I've offended you. I want you guys to know this will be my last set ever, so you'll never have to. Thank you, Kimosabe. Sir, I'm Jewish. Don't ever point at me like that again. Carry on. I must carry on now. Carry on, my wayward son. I'm going to do a joke right now that might lose the room. But in some ways, you can't lose a room you never really had in the first place. All right, I'm not going to do the joke. Even if one more person yells do the joke, I'm not going to do the joke. Okay, I'll do the joke. We need a little audience participation. Nothing too heavy. Just clap when I give you the signal. Hold on, when I give you the signal. No wonder film costs a fortune to make. You can't follow basic instructions. So don't clap too hard, but a little louder than normal. You know. I'll take it from you. When I give you the signal. Wow, this has been one of the best shows I've ever been. This crowd is spectacular. It's an honor to do my first special on Tubi, and I mean, my last one on Furby did so good. Hey, we all remember Michael Jackson, right? Yeah, I mean, we all remember Michael Jackson. I mean, the king of pop. I mean, it's one thing to be a. What? I'm the bad guy. Stevie Wonder could see what was going on at that ranch.
All right, you get the picture. I just wanted to show some of the people who are new to my stream, which I'm assuming is most of you, that I can deliver the goods on stage at the world famous Comedy Store. So, the man, the myth. Well, I don't know if I'm a legend, but, I think that I've proven my time in the jungles of LA comedy. So we'll do about another 5 minutes, guys. Like I said, and as ACDC's agreed with me, I like to do hour streams. I want you guys to want more. So I can't. I was watching a Melton stream, and today it was like 5 or 6 hours talking about the controversy in the Dabbleverse right now. And I just couldn't do it, man. Like, I was just like, no way, Jose. So, and I think, Brennan does 3 to 4 hour streams. I just can't do it. So I like to break my streams up into little chunks, hour streams. Like, this is technically my, I did beat Jimmy Carr in roast battle. Never got on the show after that. Pat Dixon is karmic. I mean, they definitely, we all have that one X where we can go, she's the one that got away, or, however you want to phrase it. I think Felicia is that for Pat and karmic. But seeing that the majority of people in here probably don't know what the Dabbleverse is, we'll just let that rest. I will be at the Comedy Store this Saturday night, 12 o'clock. Interesting, Panic Studio. Thank you very much. Would you ever wear a spiked mask? Probably not. She's asleep right now, so she doesn't need to walk at the moment. She will let me know when she needs to go to the bathroom. Trust me on that one. And to answer my friend from New York, my cartoon is on Adult Swim, the Cartoon Network, and I believe it's still on HBO Max. I know HBO Max about a year ago, cut like 80% of their animation, but I was told the jelly survived the cut. So, yes, I was the Iron Patriot for 2 episodes of Kill Tony, and then I became a panelist. And the last Kill Tony I was on was, I believe, with Sam Roberts and Jim Norton. So, and that was the episode that Tony kicked me under the table because I had mentioned D'Elia and Brian Callen's name, and maybe not the most flattering way. So, it's the beauty of Earl Skakel. I keep it real. And in some cases, a little too real. So, good morning, Waver. Yo, 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 yo. Good to see you in here. I mean, it was a funny joke, but at the time, D'Elia was like the god of comedy, and Callen, his accusations hadn't been brought into the mix. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know about that one, Jamie. But step aside, Jesus. Thank you for your patronage. Thank you for all of you for your patronage. I mean, the stream is growing little by little, and it's still a work in progress. I mean, just to show you my analytics, I'm very open about my analytics and whatnot. the stream is doing pretty good. I mean, let's see. I've got 82,000 views in the last period, so 30,000 more than usual. 2,004 watch hours, up 1,000 more than usual, so that's cool. Subscribers, 220. Nothing that I'm concerned about. And then, I'll show the money, honey. So, am I Mr. fucking Beast? Not really. But still 100, basically 25% more than what I usually get. And the channel growth is up 88% more. So I'm cool with that, and I appreciate Yonder Wizard. I appreciate Perry Caravello. I mean, the stream rates really do a lot. So, um, you know, I'm very happy. Uh-oh, Steel Toe just went live, so that's probably my cue to leave. Yeah, I'm Mr. Yeast. That's a fact, Jack. Well, I don't think Bert should be a manager. When you're selling out arenas, you're doing pretty good in life. Still better than Ray DeVito. Well, that's, when I started this, I said, I don't care about the money. I just want to be better than Ray DeVito. Well, Yonder, you can appreciate. And last year, about this time, I had about 1,900 followers. Maybe less, to be honest with you. And then right now, so you can see the growth. Let's go like this. It's been pretty steady from October of 2025 to now. It's been like climbing, so I'm happy with that shit. And of course, you always want more, but you know, I'm pretty happy with everything. Um, I know, isn't that wild? I mean, Mr. Beast, Earl till we die, the funniest and the realest. I mean, I don't know if I'm the funniest, but I'm definitely the realist. But I don't know if that's the smart play in the world of comedy. It just, comedy is, it's not a great business for honesty. But, what are you going to do? Here we are. Um, how many Patreon members? I got to be honest with you, not very many, maybe 3 or 4. And I like my Patreon channel. I mean, I have a lot of rare clips from the Comedy Store, longer clips. The Comedy Store does not like YouTube clips to be longer than 3 to 4 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, Yonder Wizards, getting 3 to 5,000 people in his stream. I mean, that's fucking nuts. And he pays it forward by sending them over here. I mean, I can't, I pay it forward by telling people, since I'm about to end the stream right now, I like to do this. I see who else is streaming right now that you guys might know of. And we've got, Steel Toe, if you want to watch that. I mean, I guess. And I think right now no one is really streaming other than Steel Toe. So, you have to just kind of, Pat Dixon, he streams late at night, so go check out Pat. Um, so here's one. I mean, I think there's 2 different types of entertainers. There's streamers and then there's comics. The thing about YouTube people, I don't think YouTube solely streamers, are comics. Like me and Yonder, we're out in the fucking jungles performing, because, anyone can get an audience on YouTube. because it's free. I mean, right now we have 1,100 people in here, and they're all at home or at their work. It's free to watch me, and but when you're doing comedy, you got to get people to pay for parking, pay for drinks, pay for the tickets. So when they do, you better be a fucking funny person because they won't come back a second time. You can fool an audience once, you ain't gonna fool them twice. And that's what happens with the YouTube streamers. Live, it's a different animal. So you have to really be a strong comic to get them to come back a second time. Um, well, I mean, if let's talk off air, Yonder Wizard. I don't want people to get bored of that tech talk. Uh, well, I mean, but you probably don't have to go up as much as the younger kids. So, I mean, I still have the fire, but I have a feeling what you're saying, and I can appreciate it because, like, I don't do bar gigs anymore, at least in LA. I was talking in my earlier stream about bar gigs in Austin are good because, um, they're there for the comedy. But I used to do the shittiest gigs on earth because I loved doing comedy and I loved doing stand up. I had a fix, but now I get nothing from doing a bar gig. It's just, I'm spoiled by the Comedy Store. So that's the problem I have is I'm spoiled, and I'm sure you're spoiled, excuse me, by the Mothership audiences and the Sunset audiences and the Black Rabbit, audiences. And so it would be hard for you to go back to some shitty bar open mic where they're watching, the Stars game. So we'll go another 2 minutes, guys. We'll go to the 70-minute mark because I can feel the Earl Skakel body powering down. But, I'd like to, first of all, thank the great Yonder Wizard. So follow him. All my fans, there's probably about 20 or 30 of you in here. Just follow him. It takes a second. Go on his page, hit like, subscribe, come back. Or when the stream ends, go to Yonder Wizard's page, hit like and subscribe, come back, watch his videos. My stream, Jamie, is kind of all over the map. Like, I almost didn't stream right now. I mean, just to give you an example of, let's go to manage videos. And let's look at when my last few lives were. So let's go to, like I streamed right now, obviously, 4 hours ago, 10 hours ago, 24 hours ago, 48 hours ago. So, I try and stream a little earlier in the night. Like tomorrow night, I'll try and stream maybe about 6 or 7 p.m. my time. But for me to get the Yonder Wizard bump, I got to stream later on in the evening. Like I think I started this stream, what about 2:50? So there's not a lot of people streaming at that hour. I do stream around the King games, and I stream when when I just have the itch. Yeah, I mean, well, the Sunset, I've only played there once, and I'm not going to say I had a Joey Diaz, killer set, but, it is a bar show. I mean, the bar is facing the opposite way of the stage, so you got to kind of fight that energy. But I will say the majority of the people at Sunset, I think, are there for the show. So, um, there's that. You absolutely, um, I mean, the Mothership is like, it's fucking nuts. I mean, and I think locking the phones really fucking helps. That's very key because then, they can't be texting or Instagramming or tweeting or whatever. They have to watch you. And they do that at the Comedy Store now. And it's definitely made the club or the show's not easier, but it's more fun because, I think that an engaged audience is a better audience. Although the other night there was a girl in the front row who had her phone out, so I don't know how she snuck in with it, but there you go. So I'm going to bed now. I love you all. Lois is asleep. And for those of you wondering, who the fuck is Lois? Is Lois his bitch? And she kind of is. So let's turn the lights on here. That is Lois right there. Sleeping in her anxiety bed. I should leave the cam rolling on Lois, but she's sleeping right now. That is an anxiety bed. And yes, it is. It's 4:06 in the a.m., so it's in the morning, and she loves sleeping in her bed. And here's what the string, my house looks like. There's a filing cabinet, the Earl sign. I got a Vince Neil poster, got a Jack Lambert poster. Here's my. I got some wrestling. That's my good friend Rowdy Roddy Piper. Hey, brother. The Stallone hat from Over the Top. Sting, Roddy Piper, my Alice Cooper teddy bear. And, here's a Jean Bellevue. Pops figure. There's a RoboCop in the box. Russell Peters gave me this. A RoboCop out of the box. There's a giant robot. You got to really be in the know to know who Giant Robot is. To Earl, Scorpio Sky, Sting the Wrestler, and R.I.P. Mr. Brody Lee. So, it's a Lex Luger doll. There's a Chandler doll, but that's a deep inside baseball joke. Now, here's something very cool. When I did the roast of Ric Flair, I got paid very well. But at the end of it, they also gave me, it's model 1 of 1. Hit the like and subscribe button. The official model 1 of 1, the Earl Skakel wrestling doll. I know, I did see that. So this will never be for sale. It is kind of cool to have your own wrestling doll. Yeah, Ric Flair's looking a little rough, to be honest with you. So, before I go, there's my Kenny Omega doll. So, Earl Skakel in the house. Thank you again, Yonder Wizard. Everyone go over right now and follow Yonder Wizard. Hit the like and subscribe button to my channel as well. We got another 30 seconds. We'll go to the 75-minute mark. I wish I wasn't so tired. I don't have an Iron Sheik doll. Now here's something kind of cool. We'll remove these. This is the Comedy Store record player. And I was humbled and honored to have my name on it. Right there. So anyone who gets a Comedy Store record player, my name is on it. And there's my good friend RJ City. There's an Eric Bischoff doll. There's a Kamala the Ugandan giant doll. There's a painting my friend did for me. Half Earl, half Berry Jelly. So, what up, Sherry Willis? Sherry, I'm just about to end the stream, unfortunately. But thank you very much. The Sheik was awesome. Crazy, but he was awesome. So, I'll be at the Comedy Store this Saturday night. For those of you who are in LA, come on down. If you're in Austin, look up The Great Yonder Wizard. And yonder, I will see you sooner than later. Earl Skakel, over and out.